This is the best thing I've eaten in so long. It is the best item I've ever made, and I've made a lot. And I'm giving it to you for free if you want to make it in your restaurant and sell it. All I ask for is that you let me come in and have a plate on the house.
I'm gonna share a dish that has been living in my head rent-free for a very long time. And I've been practicing it so I could share it because it is such a good dish. It could go on any restaurant menu and be the best seller. The inspiration comes from a friend, chef of mine, Andy Ricker. And he used to own a restaurant, a series of restaurants in Oregon, and he had them in New York called Pok Pok. And it was probably some of the best, most flavorful food that really made an imprint on how I adjusted to cook better.
This is my new boom room that I got from North Spore Mushroom. It was gifted to me. I don't make any money if you guys buy one. They are freaking awesome, but North Spore has known how much I love mushrooms and they've been following for a while. So they reached out, asked if they could give me one, and what am I gonna say, no? So that's how I got it. It's a game changer. It has made growing mushrooms so much easier at home. And now that I'm back in the US, that's my plan, to grow mushrooms, cook more, share more. You can find all kinds of information about it online. I'm not gonna go into that. I'm just gonna go into the cooking. But today I'm gonna be making this one. And this is freaking amazing. Look at how gorgeous that is with the tendrils coming down. It's so beautiful. So I'm gonna remove the mushroom, and it's super easy. You just gently pull it, trying to keep, well, there's several pieces here. So there's 1, 2, 3 on this one. And then the other side. And now it will have another regrowth, so to get that, all I do is peel this back and peel off the rest of the mushroom from here. So there's not very much waste at all. I'm just gonna put this back in the boom room, and that should get another flush. So that's what they call when you have another growth. So lucky to have this. Look at that. It's so amazing. So same thing. I'm just gonna slowly tear it from the bottom here. Make sure I try to keep this one in one piece. Done. That's where it was on the substrate right there. Beautiful, beautiful mushroom. Mushrooms are so amazing. This grew out of there was a crack in the package, so it grew out of this instead of out of what I had sliced. So clean up the bottom, the edge. All I'm gonna be doing, just slicing off the bottom right here on all of them. So it's just that little bit of substrate that's stuck to the bottom. So cut. So very little waste when growing these, and it's such a fun project. You know, I have so many people that ask, how can I like mushrooms? You know, I was ruined when I was a kid. Maybe I had canned mushrooms or think mushrooms are slimy. This particular recipe is a game changer. I would put this in front of anybody. And this is the waste. Toss it in the compost, which is gonna go in the garden. This is such an extraordinary ingredient to be using right now. I can't talk enough about it. But I'm gonna be sharing a technique I developed over a decade ago that you've probably seen out there, and I'm glad it's getting around because it really is a game changer as far as creating meaty textures with mushrooms. First thing we're gonna do is press them. It's not just about removing the moisture. It's gonna change the fundamental density and structure of the entire mushroom. I know I've done this similar techniques on a lot of the way I cook lion's mane or some of the oysters. It's the same technique, and you can do it with several different mushrooms. It's just awesome. With this one, it's the first step in this recipe. It's just to get it to a texture that I'm looking for. I got another pan going. I got 2 going because I have so many mushrooms. I have multiple cast iron pans, but if you only have 1 or 2, just do 1 at a time here. So once that is hot, I'm gonna add a little bit of oil to the bottom here, and then I'm gonna take this beautiful, gorgeous species and put it stem side down right onto here, and we're gonna get used to the pan. Slowly acclimating, making friends with the pan. And I talk about it all the time. People give me a hard time. And it immediately can start smelling the mushroom. But what I'm trying to do is sear the bottom before it starts expelling all the liquid. And these mushrooms tend to soak up some of that oil faster than others, so just keep an eye on that. And to help this, what I find is I want to balance the pan right on top of here. And you could, if you don't have a second cast iron pan, you could use a teapot, you could use another pot, whatever is going to fit inside the cast iron. And I'm just gonna rest that here. Initially, I'm gonna make a steak, which it could be served as a steak, but I'm gonna be turning this into more of we're gonna go for like a riblet style. So when you start hearing the sizzle go away, it's the water coming out of the mushroom. And then I can see the steam. Don't mind the plastic over here. I'm trying to have some of the drywall fixed. Now, it's not browning yet because I want to get a nice brown before I really start pressing it. Now this pan's hotter, so I'm getting a little bit more color on these. I'm just going to flip that over here. Have the glug oil for this one. So this whole pressing, I know I share it a lot, but it's such a key technique. And if you're in a restaurant, this is easy enough to do ahead of time, so then you can just fire it to order. Quick little press here on both. Always have 2 towels, one to wipe the bottom, one to hold the pan. Same with the other side. I'll let it get used to that side before I give it a press. There's a lot of liquid in there. I'm going to let that evaporate before I do anything else. This one, not so much. I'll do that with this one. Now look at all that liquid. I'm going to switch sides. I think this burner over here is hotter. So I'm not going to add any seasoning to this because I'm going to directly add them to a marinade that we're going to make shortly. But if you wanted to, you could easily just season these. I would season them after you press it. I don't want to press it when there's seasoning on the top because I don't want it coming off onto the pan. It's just kind of a waste of seasoning and a waste of a movement. So save it to like this point right here, and then you could season it and then add it to a marinade if you want. But this marinade I'm going to be making doesn't require it. I'm going to get it a little bit browner. And it's mostly the texture. I might do one more press for this. Switch them back. All right, so for now, these are good. Beautiful sound. I love that sound. So this one I'm just going to rinse out while it's hot. A bit of oil on there. Wipe around. Wipe underneath. Beautiful. This will be the final press. Man, look at that. It's just beautiful. I am happy with this. Both sides look delicious. Just gonna shut that off. And then right into the pan. Give this a quick rinse. Same thing. It's so important to take care of your equipment while you're working with it. And this way it lasts forever. Done, seasoned. This is seasoning the pan, adding a little bit of oil. So I have these mushrooms ready to go. All right, next up, I'm gonna need a little bit of water as one of the ingredients. I have some vegan fish sauce here. I picked this up at an Asian grocery store in Austin, and then I went and ordered more online. Premium pineapple made vegetarian fish sauce, that's it. So if you're looking to order, just look for the bottle with the pineapple on there. I have some gluten-free all-purpose flour I'm gonna use. I have some garlic, I have some Thai chili peppers, beetroot powder, potato starch, and then confectionary sugar, icing sugar they call it in the UK. Some gluten-free soy, and that's gonna be it. It's not too many ingredients. So I don't need that water boiling. I just want it hot enough so it'll dissolve some of the sugar. I have like 12 cloves of garlic. Just gonna give a quick slice of these, pretty thin. Okay, Then I'm gonna add a little bit of salt to this. That'll help break down the garlic for this. I'm gonna keep slicing them to mince. And then some of that hot water, I'm just gonna add to cover them. And I'll let this sit for a minute, let it become a little bit more garlic water, so that hot water will kind of slightly poach the garlic, but also give me a good flavor in that water. We're gonna start making the marinade. And I have probably a little less than a cup, 3/4 of a cup of the confectionary sugar. I don't know, I'd probably use a good amount. Maybe leave that so you have that much in there. It's a fair amount of sugar. And then I'm gonna take this garlic water, probably been sitting about 5 minutes. I'm just gonna strain it. Get all the garlic out. And just squeeze that out. Then I have a paper towel here. Add the garlic there, just to dry out a little bit. Quick pat. And I have that sugar in there. I'm just gonna whisk that up so it's dissolved. I'm gonna set this aside. Now I'm gonna add the fish sauce. And you can eye this, I'm just gonna, 1, 2, 3. It's probably half a cup of the vegan fish sauce. And then I'm gonna add soy. I'm gonna add a little bit, just like a tablespoon. And then I have that beetroot powder, probably a tablespoon of that. I'll whisk this up together. So it's all dissolved. Dang, it's good. I want it a little bit more funky though. I'm gonna add a little bit more vegan fish sauce. This does add the funk. The garlic adds the fragrance. Soy, a little bit of the umami. I'm gonna add a chili pepper. Because that sweet will counteract and balance it very nicely. The mushrooms are cooled down. So these slice into strips, riblet size. And add them back to here. It's just such a beautiful, meaty, crazy mushroom. The big one, I'm gonna cut it in half. Turn it. Same with this. I'll just clean up. So we have our mushrooms cut into fingers, and then I'm just going to add the marinade. Make sure these are all in there and soaking. Yum. Crazy. I'm going to take a piece of plastic wrap here, and I'm going to push. I don't want it to cling to the edges. I'm going to use the plastic to push them down and submerge them to make sure they're all covered. And that's the marinade. From here now, I can take a few hours. I can use these tomorrow. I can just let them sit in this marinade and flavor up and really absorb all those delicious flavors, and then cook them tomorrow. This is why it would make a great restaurant dish. Seriously, if this was on, it would be a bestseller. So if I open a place, guarantee I'm gonna make something like this. If not with this mushroom, with oyster mushrooms, because you can do the petals just like this. Just take them off the oyster mushroom, quick poach, put them in a marinade like this, and let them marinate. So then when we pull them out, which will be the next step, we finish them with the sauce. So you use the marinade as the sauce. This is not an animal product, so I can use this marinade. There's no cross-contamination. It is one of the most flavorful things I've ever had. Anyways, I'm sharing that for all you chefs out there, restaurants. And if you know of a restaurant that could use a plant-based option, this is it. If you have a good mushroom grower, partner with them, because this is a game changer. Oh, so I'll let that sit in the refrigerator for a little bit. I'm gonna go take Frankie for a quick walk, and then we'll come back and finish it. Come on. I'm back. What I'm gonna do is that garlic that we had, I'm just gonna add it to this pan right here. Make sure I get it all in there. So I have some cooking oil that I save, and I'm just gonna add enough oil here.
Requesting backup.
We're gonna be frying these. I'm just gonna use a little bit there. And I'm gonna turn the heat on to a medium, low, medium-ish. Look, I realize this is a little bit labor intensive, not really, but to some it might be. And there's some unique ingredients. You have the lion's mane, you have the vegan fish sauce, you have beetroot powder. Those are not common ingredients that you can find at every store. But if you're interested in making flavorful food, sometimes we have to expand out our own little store world. So I know you can find everything online. I got one on Shopify, whatever online source you want, but they sell vegan fish sauce. There's more sources than the one I have. It might alter the flavor from what I have, the brand I have, but they're out there. And then the beetroot powder I found at a health food store or Whole Foods, something like that, and also available online. If you're in a hubbub city like Austin, I could find all this stuff right there. But I'm up in the mountains, in the rural. As this heats up, I'm just gonna stir, and we're gonna cook those garlics. And you wanna keep an eye on it, because as the oil heats, it's gonna cook the garlic. I do not wanna add raw garlic to hot oil. It will just instantly burn. So we're gonna bring that heat up with the garlic, and we're gonna stir that and be watchful and mindful. And it's the difference between golden brown and burnt is like 30 seconds. So this is a necessary step. It's crucial for the finished product. Now this is taking a few minutes. Just cooking all the liquid off of that garlic. It's just pulling it out. So we're making like crunchy garlic bits that will go in the coating and just add to the whole experience, which is just amazing. This is something you could do ahead and just have the crispy garlic bits already done and ready to go. I'm gonna turn that heat off. It's starting to brown, and then I'm just gonna strain them right into here. And that garlic. And so there's that garlic. Nice, crispy bits. Gonna be delicious. And I have the mushrooms. And all I'm gonna do, I'm gonna add that there. I'm gonna let these drain. A little push on here, just to get some of that liquid out of them. Might do a quick little squeeze. It's okay to have some liquid in them, but you don't want it super watery. So just gently squeeze them out. They just look like steak pieces. Look at that. Next step, just gonna take this over here, crank on this, and just turn it on to a medium low for now. Just to slowly heat up that oil while I make the batter. I have that potato starch here. Just gonna add that right to here. Takes 2 seconds to do that. Make sure nothing's clumped. And then I have that gluten-free all-purpose flour. It's probably a cup of that potato starch. I'm not concerned with too many amounts. I just want equal parts of each. So, and to make sure I can get enough coating on these, it can be a little bit more of this. And again, just to make sure there's no large pieces. Super fine. So I'm just gonna bread a little bit here so I can get ahead of it. I wouldn't do this part too far ahead. I haven't done this, like frozen them and tried them like that. I've just been perfecting like this method right here. So if you can build on it and make it better, shoot me an email with it, with what you come up with. So I'm just gonna make sure all these are nicely coated. That's basically it. So now I wanna check for the oil to be hot, and if I stick a stick in here and it starts to bubble, it usually is hot enough. I don't want to add them if it's too cold. It needs to be hot enough. And I don't have a thermometer right now. I might also add 1 drip of water and listen. I'm going to give it 30 more seconds. For the sake of being professional, I'm going to turn on the oven to 350, just so I can hold this when I'm done while I make the sauce. I want everything to come out hot. Always thinking and preparing ahead. I'm going to add this paper towel to this and have them right here for when they're ready. And I don't want to overcrowd the pan, so I'll only do a few at a time. I don't have my spider thing that I would normally take them out of here with, so I'm just going to use this slotted spoon. You just want to be super careful. Always, when you're frying anything in the kitchen at home, keep the handle inside so nobody's going to bump it, and just take your time. Now these mushrooms are cooked, so all I'm doing is creating that crispy edge. And mushrooms can take a lick in it and keep on ticking. Like, you could cook it several ways and it's still going to be delicious and juicy. So a couple minutes on each one of these for each batch. And then I'm just going to add them to this. Give it a second for that oil to heat back up. It's very nice, crispy on the edges. Oh yeah. Oh, man, it was good just like that. Just wait till we put this glaze on it. So I'm just going to do these in batches until I'm done. So I just emptied that off. Going to reuse the parchment paper in a minute. For after this, when these are almost done right here, all I did was take a coffee filter, break them, split it apart. I laid 2 down like this, and 1 the other way. And then I'm going to set this in a bowl. And then while it's still hot, off the heat, I'm just going to strain it and let it sit in here. And this way I can reuse the oil as much as possible. There you go. It'll take a while for that to strain, so I'm just going to set it to the side. Once it's completely cool, then I'll be able to store it for the next time I decide to fry something. But it's a great way that I can save and reuse oil just like I would do if I was at a restaurant. Take this, add it right to it. This is the glaze. For these, I'm just going to spread them out onto here. Now they're still warm, but I want them to be super hot when we serve it. So I'm just going to lay them out like this. They're all crispy. I'm going to pop these in the oven. While these are warming up, I'm going to get this on. And this is going to go on a medium high heat. So what I want to do is really reduce this down to being a super like lacquer, a not beautiful glaze finish. And by adding that beetroot powder, it's just going to add this vibrant, like red, super attractive, delicious red that is just immediately going to signal delicious. So this process will take a couple minutes. That sugar is going to help it make it be a super like caramelly, sticky, sweet, spicy, fragrant from that garlic. It's mind-blowing, life-changing, and it's completely animal-free. I'm going to serve this with some sliced cucumber as the garnish, just for a nice, cool, crisp accompaniment. We're getting close. When it bubbles and shines and you know it can coat rather than run off something, that's the moment. Key point, watch the glaze, not the clock. This is a total look and feel. I'm not putting my finger in there because it's scalding hot, so do not do that to taste it. Almost there. Okay, now that is looking good. I keep the heat going. In a restaurant, it'd be a little bit different. You'd do them right from the fryer into this sauce. But we are not in a restaurant, we're at my house. Right into it. And then I'm going to also add fried garlic. All of them. Right in there. And those chili peppers. Right to while it's still heating up. And a quick toss. Just quick toss around. And you know what's next. Oh my God. That was a production. I am dying to dig in because it looks so freaking good. Wow, complete flavor bomb. The texture, you bite into it, the texture immediately hits. Like, it is so meaty and so dense from the pressing, and it really absorbed that marinade, and it's got the chew. Can I tell it's a lion's mane mushroom? Yeah, because I've been cooking them for a long time, and I understand what they taste. But if you put this in front of somebody without telling them what it was, they wouldn't know what it was, because it certainly doesn't look like how we started. And then you have that fragrant, like the garlic crunch, and that fragrance from there, from the garlic and the garlic water, and then the funk from the fish, vegan fish sauce, and a little bit of the saltiness from the soy and the fish sauce. Amazing. I don't know how to describe it. Probably one of the best things I've had in a long, long time, and it's plant-based. Look at how meaty that is. It's just so delicious. It's so good. I could eat all these. Cucumber, nice addition. I'd be proud to serve this to you, Andy, and to anybody else. It's so good. It's so delicious. All right, I've messed around with this camera enough, trying to get like the best shot. But this is the best thing I've eaten in so long. It is the best non-animal item I've ever made. And I've made a lot over the last 10 years. And I'm giving it to you for free if you want to make it in your restaurant and sell it. All I ask for is that you let me come in and have a plate on the house. Because it's so good. I'll eat this all the time. God. I love it when a plan comes together. Guys, if you enjoyed this video, please check out these videos over here, because I have a lot coming up. A lot in the bank. And so many things I got planned coming soon to this channel. Thank you. Frankie says she loves you, and we'll see you soon.